Hi friends, Sunil here. Welcome back. In this session, we are going to discuss the different ways of writing data to a text file and reading from it in Python. Here I am opening the file. The name of the file is test.txt. I am opening it in write mode. Then using this write method, I am writing the string to the file. F is the file object. So after writing these three lines to the file, one after another, I am closing the file. The same file, I am opening it again in read mode. I am reading from the file using the read method and printing the information from the file and then closing it. We will run this. So it has returned these three lines to the file. It has read from the file and printed it. So when we use this read method, it will read the file as an individual string. Now the same thing we can do using this with statement. Here I am opening the file in write mode using this with statement. Then I am writing these three lines to the file. And again using the with statement, I am opening the file in read mode, reading from the file and printing the data from the file. Then I am printing the current position of the pointer in the file. The tell method will return the current position. So that I am printing here. So we'll run this and see. So it has returned these three lines to the file and printed the file. Then use this tell method has returned me the value of 40. That means total 40 bytes. The length of the file is 40 bytes. So it has returned value 40. After that, I am trying to read the file with size 13. That is 13 bytes I am trying to read from the file. But it has not read the first 13 bytes from the file. That is because the file pointer is now at the end of the file. It is at position 40. So in order to print the first 13 bytes, I will have to position it to the beginning of the file. For that, I have to use this method seek. So seek 0 will bring the pointer to the beginning of the file. And then if I read from the file, if I read 13 bytes from the file, it will read from the beginning and print the first 13 bytes. So we'll run this again. So here it is, it has printed the first 13 bytes. We have positioned the file pointer to the beginning of the file, then read 13 bytes from the file and printed it. So that is my first line. So when you use this with statement, you don't have to close the file. There is no need of closing the file when you are using the with statement. It is internally taken care of. Now writing to a file using the write lines method. So using these write lines, we can write to the file. We can write a list to the file. Using the write method, we have returned a string to the file, and using this write lines method, we can write a list to the file. So here I am having a list. This is my list. There are 3 elements in this list. So here file, I am opening the file in write mode. I am opening the file, the name of the file is test2.txt, I am opening in write mode. Then using this write lines method, I am writing this list to the file and closing this file. Then I am opening the same file in read mode, reading from the file and printing the file, and also printing the position of the pointer, file pointer, printing the position of the file pointer. So we will execute this. So here it is, it has returned to the file these 3 lines, and the file, we have printed the file here, and tell method has returned me 33. That means end of the file, the length of the file is 33 bytes. Now read line method. Now this read line method, it returns 1 line from the file. That is, it reads a single line of a file. And if you use the read line method within a while loop or a for loop, you will be able to iterate over the file line by line. So here I am opening the file text2.txt in read mode. Then in this while loop, while true, so I am reading the first line into variable line. If there is no line, it will break, it will come out of the while loop. If there is a line, it will strip the line and print the line. So whenever we are using the read line, it appends a new line at the end of the line, and we use the strip to remove the new line. The strip function, it removes all the leading and trailing spaces. So we'll run this. So this is using the while loop and read line within the while loop. We have iterated over the file and printed the lines. Now the same thing we can do using the for loop. So here in the for loop, we are iterating over the file. For each line in the file, I am printing that line after stripping the new line. So here we have printed the lines using the for loop. Now the next method is read lines. As we know that while using the write lines method for writing to the file, we are able to write a list to the file using the write lines. So similarly, using the read lines, it will return a list from the file. So here I am opening the file test2.txt in read mode, and here I am using the read lines method. It will return a list. I am printing that list here. So we'll see. So it has returned the contents in the file in the form of a list. So there are 3 elements in this list. Now using the for loop, I will split these 3 elements into lines and print it. So using the split lines method, I am splitting these lines within a for loop. So here I am opening the file test2.txt in read mode. I am reading the contents of the file using read lines method and storing it in data. So my data will be a list. Then for line in the list, each line it will split into a record and print the record. It will split the lines at this line break, that is /n, and print the record. So read lines has returned me a list, and from that list, using the for loop, and the split lines, I have printed this. I have retrieved the elements from the list, and each element from the list is a line, and I printed the lines here using the split lines. Now to summarize what we have learned so far. First, the write method. The write method writes a string to the file. Then the write lines method. This method writes the items of a list to the file. Then read method reads the file as an individual string. Then read size. Here the size is the number of bytes to be read from the file. It is optional. And if the read hits the end of file before obtaining the size bytes, then it reads only the available bytes. For example, say if I had specified the size as 40, and if the read hits the end of file at the 25th byte, then it will read only till 25th byte, that is the available byte. Then we have the read line method. This method returns one line from the file. That is, it reads a single line of the file. Then we have the read lines method, which will return all the lines in a file in the form of a list, where element is the line in the file. Now we'll see the use of finally clause to handle the exception in Python. Now, regardless if an exception has occurred or not in the try block, this finally clause will be executed under all circumstances. So it is also called the termination clause. So here, if here I am trying to open a file in the read mode, and if the file is found, you have to close the file. If the file is not found also, you have to, then the exception is raised, and then also you will have to close the file. So under all circumstances, you have to close the file. So to guarantee the closing of the file, we use this finally clause. So suppose I am trying to open a file here which is not present, say test9.txt. Then it will raise an exception and display this test9.txt doesn't exist. And it will it will go to this finally clause and close the file. So we'll see that. So file test9.txt doesn't exist. So it has raised the exception and it has gone to the finally clause and printed this closing file and closed the file. Now if I give a file which is present in the system, present here, then it will not raise the exception. It will read and display the contents of the file, and then also it will go to the finally clause and close the file. So this test2.txt is there. So it has displayed the contents in that file, and it has gone to the finally clause and closed the file. So it has displayed closing file. So in all circumstances, it is closing the file. So that is the use of finally clause in exception. So hope you have understood this video. If you are having any doubts, put in the comment box. If you like this video, share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks very much.